In 2016, I was an average replaceable freelancer that spent about 20 hours a week desperately looking for clients. 1 year later, 2017, I was booked out and turning clients away. My clients have since said really nice things like, pay Dea whatever she wants and I can't run my business without you. So what changed? I gave myself a brutal reality check and glowed the F up, because the truth is, if you want to get paid the big bucks as a freelancer in 2024 and onwards, being just good isn't good enough anymore. So come make yourself comfortable and let me show you my 3-part glow up strategy to get you to the top 1%. Everything is easier in the top 1%, and this is exactly how you get there. Now, the first part of the strategy is crazy underrated. It is to glow yourself up first. You are the main character in the game of freelancing. Don't you want to have the coolest main character possible? So there's 2 rules to having the coolest top 1% main character who makes bank. First rule. The top 1% of freelancers, they all have blue ocean skills. What is a blue ocean skill? Let's kind of oversimplify and pretend the freelance world consists of just red ocean and blue ocean. The red ocean is a bloodbath where supply is greater than demand, aka 99% of freelancers are fighting over a limited amount of red flag clients in an oversaturated market. A red ocean skill is something that is easy to learn, easy to replace, solves a small, vague, and inexpensive problem, which is why it's so cutthroat there. The blue ocean, on the other hand, paradise. More fish than the eye can see, something that is harder to learn, harder to replace, and solves a large and much more specific and expensive problem, which is why clients want to work with these people so badly. So run through that checklist I just mentioned. What do you have, a red ocean skill or a blue ocean skill? It's like, if you're the main character of the freelance game and you can pick a superpower, whatever superpower you want, do you want to be able to stop time or be able to tell the time? Okay, the second rule of glowing yourself up, and I never hear about this one, it drives me nuts. The top 1% of freelancers are really good at what they do. And here comes some really brutal, honest truth. A lot of freelancers are not excellent at what they offer. Freelancing has a relatively low barrier of entry. Obviously, it depends on what skill you offer. I know when I started freelancing, I just learned whatever skills I could on Google and YouTube, and then I started offering them. Guys, please stop fighting. Especially stop fighting near me. So ask yourself honestly, is what I'm offering right now worth the kind of rates I'd love to charge? Am I truly doing everything I can to become excellent at what I'm offering? If not, that's totally fine. You know, I was also born not knowing how to do anything as well. You're in the majority, so make a professional development plan for yourself and commit even just 15 minutes a day. So example, when I was interested in my brief stint of copywriting, offering copywriting services, I bought copywriting books. I followed top copywriters on Instagram and Facebook. I attended free and paid training. If you do 15 to 30 minutes a day, every day for 6 to 12 months, you will be in the top 1%, because most freelancers are not doing this. And what's cool is once you have those skills, nobody can take that self-investment away from you. It's yours forever. It's like that quote, like, become so good they can't ignore you. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, next part of our glow up. Raise your hand if you only apply to freelance jobs when you're desperate to make more money. Do it. Raise that hand of shame. I see you. I see you. I've been you. The top 1% are not scrambling for clients. Clients are scrambling to work with them. Why? Because of everything we talked about just now, and they get lots of referrals because of how excellent they are at their craft and their skill. But also, they do not wait until they are desperate for clients to begin searching for clients. And 2, they only look for win-win situations, and they really understand what that looks like. If you randomly or sporadically apply to jobs one-off whenever you need it, it's kind of like lighting a firework. It like makes a big bang and then it's over forever. Whereas the top 1%, they're always keeping that pot of clients simmering. When you have options, you have power as a freelancer. So always create options for yourself. It's always better to have too many options than none. So create a weekly checklist of how you're gonna show up weekly, how you're gonna nurture relationships, how you're gonna give more than you take to the right strategic people, how you're gonna seek out potential clients that have good networks that you want to get into. Don't play the short game. Don't just try to tap everyone for the quickest invoice. You wanna play that long game, have things simmering. So maybe your checklist is every week you're going to reach out to 5 people on Contra, you're going to send 5 cold pitches, you're going to engage with at least 10 posts in a strategic community where you offer valuable and helpful advice. And as for looking for the win-win situation, how do you do this? When you talk to a client, number 1, listen first and take notes, see what they need, what the problem is, how the 2 of you could potentially fit, and more importantly, if you even fit. The goal of landing clients should always be to see if it's actually a good fit for both people. Looking for the win-win made a huge difference for me in how I talk to potential clients, in my own confidence, and in building trust, which is honestly the foundation of making money in my opinion, because it puts you on the same side of the table as the client. It's not like me versus you, me trying to convince you to give me money. It's us sitting on the same side figuring out, is this a win-win for both of us? You can say no if you can't do the job or if they have the wrong expectations. You may be thinking like, Dea, what's the big deal? Like, money's money, I'll just take it. The big deal is if you say yes knowing you can't reach their expectation, then they'll be disappointed, which equals bad testimonial, which equals your wasted time, and potentially them telling others, which could impact your reputation. And the second part of that is managing expectations. And I'll talk about this till I'm blue in the face. Having clarity and managing expectations up front is how you solve most problems that happen in client projects. Find out what they are expecting and make sure you feel good about delivering on those expectations, and be specific. Outline what you do, deliverables, what they want, how you typically work with clients, everything. Now, our last and probably most important glow up is delivering a 5-star client experience every single time. So what does that mean? I'll just say, there was a time when I delivered 3 or 4-star client experiences. The huge difference between the 99% and the top 1% is the top 1% always delivers a 5-star experience, aka they make sure the client is happy with the service being delivered. And you may be thinking or saying, Dea, don't all freelancers already make sure their clients are happy? No. You'd be surprised, a lot of freelancers do not check if their clients are happy, they do not ask for feedback, they do not deliver on what they promised in the first place. Satisfaction is fine, but if a client is thrilled with your work, they will come back again and again, and they will tell everyone about you and be terrified to lose you, aka they'll pay you whatever you want. Some of the most valuable ways that I've offered this to clients and that I love when freelancers offer to me, first up, it starts with onboarding. 5-star onboarding looks like speedy, aka automated. I always like to include at a minimum a welcome email, an email with the contract, initial questionnaire, which all of this can be automated with freelancer CRMs. I use Dipsado and I have a whole tutorial on it on my channel as well. Number 2, onboarding should be easy and clear, aka your clients have a simple checklist of what you need that they can work through. They're shared on all assets. There's nothing more frustrating than getting that request access page a million times when you're trying to open a Google Doc, Notion boards, or any other material you need to get them on, and asking for access for things that you need in advance instead of last minute. Second part of this, asking for feedback. There should never be surprises about how your client is feeling about your work, because you should be constantly asking for their feedback on your work so you can self-correct. If you don't know, how can you fix things, right? Another way, over-deliver. So when in doubt about whether a client is happy, just over-deliver. Deliver something faster. Deliver a little bit more. Deliver with a great attitude. Deliver their baby. Deliver a valuable new idea for them. And of course, always be the solution, not the problem. If you have a question or you're confused about something, take a few minutes to give it your best shot. Then send your client your idea and ask for their feedback. Don't come at them 600 times a day with the, I don't know, you figure it out card. Another thing you can do is have a monthly, yearly review where you review and summarize the work and results of what you've been doing with your clients so they can clearly see, hey, this is what this person's doing and they're creating tons of value. Then every year, 6 months, depending on what's built into your contract, you can then review a rate adjustment based on what's in your contract and revisit your role and responsibilities. We essentially want every interaction with your client to remind them, I made a great decision hiring, insert your name, and I would be so lost without insert your name. So you really want to know what their biggest pain point is and whether you're actually helping them solve it or not. This is so important. So many freelancers do not double check that they are actually solving the problem that they were hired to solve. I'm really proud of you, really proud. I know it's hard to get there, but I also know you can do it. So do it. If you like this video, be sure to check out the 9 things I would tell you to do if you're looking to go from 5K to 10K as a freelancer. I can't really move because my cat is on my lap, but if you're working this hard to be a top 1% freelancer, you better be making at least 10K. If not, more from all of your hard work. As always, thanks so much for watching. I will hopefully catch you in the next one. Okay, bye. Bye.